Hi guys, today I'm just going to give you a little update on my road to 2000 progress. So on chess.com, I've recently hit an all-time high, and it's been a little bit scary. So I've moved over to Lichess because I don't want to lose my rating. I know it's pathetic. It's pathetic, but I just wanted to enjoy a few games on Lichess. So, and also the discrepancy between chess.com and Lichess is actually bigger than I thought. Because right, I'm 1650 on chess.com, which is top 2%, and then 1950 Lichess is top 12%. So that's yeah, I think there's like a 400 point difference between chess.com and Lichess. I thought it was like 200, but I think it's more. So these are the two games I just played, and I've got up to, what did I get up to? 1950. So yeah, it'll be good to hit 2000 at least on Lichess, but I know it's not saying much. So first game, I'll put the analysis on. This is a bit of a crazy move. And I thought about often you meet this move with this move, but in this case I thought let's just take the center, Let's leave them to their mischief. And they go for this thing. And you're supposed to block with a knight and try and keep your bishop, but I encourage the bishop trade. Slight inaccuracy there. And then I'm just very happy with this. 3 pawns in the center, guys. And you can see this guy had offered me a take back. And I declined it. I'll accept the take back if it's like an obvious misclick. But honestly, if they've just hung a fork, I'm taking that bad boy queen, So they come at me. I don't want to exchange my central pawn for one of their outside pawns. This pawn is much more valuable, so I push it. And this bishop's dead. I'm very happy to see this bishop looking silly here against my beautiful pawn wall. I just play this, just threatening to win the rook. So they block. And I get the fork. It was very natural to block, but they had to play the sort of ugly move, blocking the knight's development, f3, and knight would have had to develop here. So yeah, so this is how the first game is won, really. And I just clean things up here, developing some pieces. They do take and give me double isolated pawns here, but I get castled, get out the opening, so there could have been some sort of annoyingness here with a pin. So I just get castled, line my rook up with theirs, always trying to encourage trades, being up a piece. And then I lodge my knight on this sort of outpost square here, unable. Their pawns are unable to attack my knight, and I'm threatening to just come in and hit the rook. And I do so, inducing a trade. And I miss this, a way of cleaning up the position so nicely. If that, I don't know what they do. This, and I just promote. And it's a bit quicker. Well, the engine's saying here. This, then promote. Similar thing. But I don't find that move. Instead, I go for the second move, which is this. Just defending, X-ray defending the pawn and trying to induce trades. Because when I can take or go check. I could have gone check and just win the rook. But it's a similar idea, take and hit the rook. Trying to induce trades. And we clean that one up, guys. We know how to clean that up. And then the second game, let's turn the analysis on. I hit them with this bad boy. I just pre-move this all the time. It's a Sicilian against e4, but against d4 it turns into this sort of gambit line where if they take, you go like, put a pawn in the center, try and recapture, and you've got a bishop lined up here. Maybe you can get queen, start some threats on the king. So I win a pawn here very early on, I remember. So this pawn here is just straight up hanging. They've got this check. I notice, guys, always look for this side check. It can often win a piece. But luckily, the knight can just jump back. And here I thought about some complexities with like defending with a bishop or the queen, but I just didn't like the idea of pinning a queen. And if bishop here, the knight is still vulnerable to attack in the center of the board. So I just drop it back. But at this point, I'm a bit scared because they've gambited material and they're coming at me now. So I'm trying to get some pieces out urgently. Hence this bishop move with check. Just happy to trade off. And instead of trading off and giving them development, I decide to develop my own piece and protect. So if they take, my queen comes in with check and I'm very happy. They maybe develop here to block the check of the queen and protect the bishop. So I take, just for the sake of tempo, because if they take me, I get this. Well, I probably didn't need to take here, to be fair. So we defend the pawn in the center, and they go after my bishop. But here, I think it fell apart for them. I push at their knight, and if takes, notice, guys, I always bang on about this, continuation. When we're calculating the sequence, if takes, I take. Yeah, they're hitting my rook, but I'm hitting their queen. So I'm in the more powerful position. They need to move their queen, in which case I can recapture this hanging knight on e6. So I quite enjoyed this move, if I'm honest, but it wasn't the best. Saying I should go for this and just trade off the bishops, damage the structure. But I like this pin, and it also got my bishop out of danger. It was hit by the knight. Also activates my queen, moving the bishop. So I come in trying to set up some ideas, centralizing my queen, getting off this alignment issue with the rook, and also threatening checks, discovered attack stuff. I should have played that first. Again, I need to play this move. But I go check. Take the piece. You know, the pawn hits the knight with check. And then, but here I'm a little bit uncomfortable, you know. There's a pin. This bishop is a statue, right? So I go at this, absolutely beautiful move. It attacks, it defends, and I can now step the queen out of the pin. And then, yeah, then I throw the game. I think this might have been okay. This was the other line I thought I should have gone for, and you just lose a pawn at the end. But I was still up enough material to win that. But I go for the wrong line. I go for this, thinking I just forgot that this knight was hanging at the end, and that's what we got on the board. But I have a little something in this position. Their rooks are disconnected. My knight is more central than their knight, and I've got the initiative. So I've pinned their knight to their rook, and then I go attack the pinned piece. Very logical, if I do say so. And then going after their rook, I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I'm a little bit annoyed at myself that I just lost that knight there. But remaining calm, and here I'm like, oh god, it's over. You know, they're winning this pawn. And then luckily they hang a beautiful little fork, and I get up to 1950, guys. So cruising on up to 2000 on Lichess. Hope you like and subscribe so you can join me on my journey, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.